Today on The Deepest Lore, we aren't just talking about one game. Instead, I am here to tell you a story. A story that traverses the events leading up to the original Donkey Kong game, spread out over 4 of its spin-off titles. The origins of the rivalry between the man known as Mario and the ape known as Donkey. This is the deeper lore of Donkey Kong. Around the release of the original Donkey Kong in 1981, but before the release of the original Super Mario Bros. In 1985, a number of other games were released under the Donkey Kong brand. Some of these were ports, some were remakes, and some were educational games. Given the admittedly arbitrary standards by which I make decisions about what games I cover, I have narrowed down the relevant ones to 4 such titles, all of which I will discuss in this video. While the storyline between them may not be immediately clear, it can still be drawn with some thought. I highly suggest checking out my video on Donkey Kong 94 before watching this one. While not required reading, I will be referencing that game heavily throughout this video. The first of these to release was Donkey Kong Jr. Originally the first appearance of Donkey Kong's infantile son, it showed Jr. trying to save his father from imprisonment at the hands of a whip-wielding Mario. He jumps on vines, monkeys, and crosses plenty of obstacles to protect his father. At the end of the game, Jr. uses keys to unlock the cage that held Donkey Kong Sr. hostage, escaping with an angry Mario hot on their tails. The gameplay and obstacles from this game were heavily influential on the forest world of Donkey Kong 94, as well as one of the final boss levels in the tower, where Mario seals Jr. into a cage in much the same way that the young ape freed his father from Mario in that adventure. Next is Donkey Kong 3. This is sort of the odd man out of the Donkey Kong series, as by first glance, it doesn't have much to do with the rest of the franchise. The game follows new character Stanley the Bugman as he tries to keep Donkey Kong and his summoned insectile cronies from ruining his greenhouse. By the end of the game, the Kong is incapacitated, having assumedly suffered multiple bee stings to the head, as well as a great fall to the ground of the greenhouse. It is notable, however, that a recreation of the blue greenhouse from this game can be found in the background of Fruity Factory from Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. The third game is Donkey Kong Circus, a Game & Watch title that features Donkey Kong attempting to juggle pineapples while sitting on a unicycle, entertaining for a circus attended by our dear old friend Mario, who watches intently and laughs at the pain of this frantic ape. The final relevant game to mention is Donkey Kong Hockey, another Game & Watch game which featured a one-on-one hockey game between Mario and Donkey Kong. Now this is where the theorizing begins. Anything beyond this point is pure speculation, so don't try to take it as fact, and please feel free to comment on it and debate it in the comments and on Discord. And with that warning, let's begin. In the last video we theorized that the second to last level of Donkey Kong 94, the Rocky Valley, was actually a location on DK Island. This is supported by the fact that the tower, which featured a giant effigy of Donkey Kong at its top, existed before Mario and Donkey Kong fled to the island. The question is, when was Donkey Kong here? The answer to that is simple: at the beginning. Before he was in the big city, before everything else we've seen him in, Donkey Kong the First lived an idyllic life on DK Island. But, like the king of old he was named for, Donkey Kong was pulled from the island by visitors who wanted to use him as an attraction for fame and glory. In most King Kong films, the group of people who cause King to be taken away from his home is a film crew. In this game, it seems that the invader who took down Donkey Kong was a gardener. A bugman, if you will. If we take the appearance of the blue greenhouse in Tropical Freeze as canon, that means Donkey Kong 3 also took place on DK Island. This sheds Donkey Kong in a more understandable light. His home is being trespassed upon by outsiders, and all he and his friends want is for the colonizers to leave their home alone. However, Stanley was too much for Donkey Kong, and the ape was defeated. And, continuing the story from how it was told in King Kong, he was forced from his island to be a sideshow. And a sideshow he was. Donkey Kong was forced to complete menial tasks for the amusement of the citizens of the city, namely performing in a circus and playing contact sports on ice. While the order these games take place in really is unclear, they go on to establish Donkey Kong's motivation when he finally escapes. He has been taken from his home, where he was once a king, and turned into a laughingstock, a toy for the people of this city, and especially for one man. One blue-collar worker who took great pleasure in his pain and took him down in hockey. A man named Mario. Donkey Kong was not a creature to be trifled with. He would have his revenge. And this revenge would soon come, in the forests on the outskirts of town. An area where Mario would later travel chasing down his captive, Mario found himself instead being pursued by a creature he had not expected. His prisoner's child, Donkey Kong Jr., who hoped to save his father. Using the local fauna to his advantage, Mario tried to defend himself against Donkey Kong Jr., but to no avail. Before long, Donkey Kong I was set free by his child, and together, they knew it was time to take revenge for the mistreatment that Senior had suffered from the hands of Mario and the people of his city. Kidnapping Mario's girlfriend, a woman by the name of Pauline, the two did to her as the citizens of New Donk had done to them before, and took her from her home to that of her captors. And, much like Donkey Kong is followed by his eventual savior, Donkey Kong Jr., the Kongs found themselves pursued by a foe they expected, but one they undervalued, Mario himself. And so began the events of Donkey Kong. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe to the channel. I'm going to try to release lore content like this weekly in the near future. If you want more Mario, be sure to like the video, and if you want to see something else, tell me in the comments or contact me on Discord at Dekunut number 7422. Thanks for watching, and I'll see all of you in the next chapter.